So today's rant, real quick, don't forget I'm Eric, sports official, and I'm just here to help you guys deal with umpires and referees and things like that, man. So today what I want to talk about is approaching officials after the game. First and foremost, in most cases, it's not a good idea. It's just not a good idea because more times than not, as a parent, coach, or player, you're emotional. Whether you won the game, whether you lost the game, and you may have a valid point or you may not have a valid point. But the problem is, with you being in your emotions or being emotional, you're not going to be able to, like we talked about in the first video, approach an official, the right way. So, today we just got through doing a baseball game. I was doing some kid baseball. I think it's 10U baseball, so 10 and under. Kids are just kind of learning how to pitch, those things. And with 10-year-olds, a lot of the time you don't know what you're going to get with your players from day to day, from Saturday to Sunday, from pool play to tournament play. And in most cases, you don't even know what you're going to get from game to game. So at the end of this game today, the higher seeded team, they had just been playing bad all day. Coaches, talking to the umpires in between it, like, hey, our kids just don't have it today. I don't know what's going on. They're not listening. They're swinging the pitches out of the zone. We're telling them not to swing. Take the first pitch, and they're not doing that, so they're just not focused today. It's just one of those days. Again, 10U baseball, that's just what you get sometimes with your kids. So pretty much, I think the game was a 4-0 game. Pass ball, kid runs in, he's safe for a 4-1. The home team, higher seed, they're losing. So last play of the game, there's a runner on second. Kid takes off. Pitcher, makes his move, and instead of throwing to second, he, turns, takes his foot off the bag, and then throws down to third. Right. So clean play. Kids get tagged. Game over, ball game. Parents is screaming from behind the bench. Well, how come he didn't call a balk? Why wasn't that a balk? Well, as long as the pitcher releases it or takes his foot off the rubber, he can throw to any base, no matter what. So he made a spin move, took his foot off the bag, and tossed it. Kids out. They're upset. This, that, and third. Ball game's over. And as we're walking out, coaches, they understand this. Players understand. They're not throwing any fits, but crowd people, parents who don't quite understand all the rules, which most parents, which I don't hold it against you guys. You just don't know the rules. But legal plays out. After the play, parent approach. Hey, that's a balk. You're supposed to call a balk. I was like, nah, it's not a balk. But rather than say something, I just don't say anything because, again, when you're right, a lot of times it's easier not to say anything. So we put our clothes on, head out to the car. As you're kind of walking out, same parents is kind of giving you the evil eye. When at the end of the day, whether it was or wasn't a balk, what you don't do is you don't want to have those kind of issues with an umpire because, again, we're human. If you're doing that to an umpire, after the game and you got to play again on that field, chances are that umpire is, when 50-50 calls come up, it may not go your way because you're being an asshole. So my thought to you guys, what I press upon you as parents and coaches and players, don't be assholes. Don't be jerks. We're human. We miss calls, we miss ball strikes, we miss tribals, we miss fouls, we miss stuff because we're human. But when you're being jerks about everything, it's real hard for us to give you that 50-50 call. Now, the calls that we know we're going to get right, we're going to get those right. Those 50-50 calls, if you want them to slant your way, which they don't necessarily slant your way, it just happens that way. You know what I mean? But when you're being an asshole, it's tough for us to want to give you that call. Real tough. Same game, we have a pitcher. And again, as I told you guys before, a lot of this stuff, a lot of how our kids act is how our parents and how our coaches act. So we have a pitcher. He's up there throwing, and he's a pretty good pitcher, for the team. For the lower seeded team, he's throwing a heck of a game. He throws a pitch, which he thinks is, strike three, out call. Ball's a little bit high. We call it a ball. He throws his arms up in disgust, like that. So typically, most umpires, they'll yell something at the kid or at the parent or whatever the case may be. So I say, call time and I point to the pitcher and say, pitcher, that's not how you get a call. Throwing your arms up and, as he was saying in baseball, you don't show somebody up. And by doing so, that's showing somebody up. And again, earlier in the same at bat, you had that same kid's parents or that same team who's pitching, they're screaming and hollering about balls and strikes. And me, I'm an asshole, not an asshole, but I try to be funny. So I try to look at them like, yo, the ball was outside or whatever, to make a joke. And kind of keep things moving, because again, like I said, you just want to try to have fun out there, because it's kid stuff. None of these kids are probably going to make the major leagues. They may. It's a probability, but the chances are very low. So try to tell people, don't take this stuff so serious. You're taking this stuff way too serious, and you're making it unfun for the kids. So let's try to keep it fun for the kid and try to keep it fun for the umpires, so we keep coming out there and doing our job. Because at the end of the day, without us, we're not having these games. So that's just my rant from the day. Like I said, I do this pretty often, so I'm gonna try to keep you guys engaged as much as I can. Do a video here and there to let you guys know. Kind of keep giving you guys tips about how to deal with officials and umpires, and even for the guys who are thinking about becoming an official or umpire or something like that. I want to try to give you guys some tips too. It's all, I had to say this, more than anything else, for the people who think they might want to do this kind of thing. It's the best side job you can possibly have. Whether that's, you're a high school kid or a college kid or someone fresh out of college and you're looking for some extra money, this is the best kind of part-time job you can get. I think the majority of Americans watch some kind of sport. So my theory is you might as well go ahead and make a little money while you're watching the sport anyway. But anyway, just wanted to, thank you guys for listening. You don't have to, but I appreciate you guys listening. I'm just here to try to help people, help umpires and officials, have a better experience as we do this. So, all right, you guys take it easy. I'll talk to you guys at the next time.